Hey guys, Mark here. I am back in the Sheep Valley. It is now past December 1st. It actually is December 1st. And the winter gate is closed. So I'm parked pretty much at the winter gates, and I'm going to hit whatever trails I have left. Like most of these trails, there's actually lots of trails on this side of Death Valley, but I did quite a bit of them. Someone's over here chainsawing. I did quite a bit of them last year when COVID was happening. You know, they left the gate closed, and I would just come out and find a place to park, and and I accomplished a lot of trails. But that doesn't leave me much now that the winter gates are closed. Anyway, I'll do what I can. All right, I'm in the purple one as always. This is the Sheep Valley one. Okay, so here you got like kind of the Sandy McNabb hiking area, whatever you want to call it. I forget the exact name. I've gone and hiked a lot of this already. Well, actually all of it. I'm part about here-ish, which is where the winter gate is, so you can't, all this is now closed. I'm gonna walk up here on the Death Valley Trail, up this, which I've done before, because I did this loop here, the Pine Ridge Loop, and then I come down Windy Point, number 15. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll go out to 4th grade and walk back that. I've done that before as well. So I've done all this, so really I'm just hitting this. That's all I'm really doing today as far as new trail. And then here it shows it's 3 kilometers away, so a little bit of a road walk. But I mean, the sun goes down at, very early today, so road walk in the dark, that's okay. Well, I gotta admit something a little embarrassing with the gear. So, my sister gave me these, oh my God, now I'm even blanking on what they're actually called. Gaiters. She gave them to me, and to try it out. I bring them out here. I'm like, okay, I'll try them out today. You know what? I don't actually know how they work. I assume this goes around your feet. So inside the boot. I put it on. Right away it slips off and starts coming up the back of my leg. And you know what? I don't know how to work these. So, I mean, look at this. I don't think I need them today. But yeah, I'm going to go home and learn off the internet, learn off YouTube or something. And I'll try these again some other day. Whoops. Know yourself, know your trail, know your gear. So, I know myself, this is gonna be fine. This will be all right, easy. I don't even think there's much climb on this. You know, the trail, I know like 70% of this trail. As far as, it's really just the snow levels, and I think they're still really good. I'm still not even bringing my snowshoes in the car yet, but I have my ice cleats, so okay, so that's getting into the gear. Yeah, I have my Garmin InReach, of course, because I'm by myself. Yeah. Well, I wish they didn't just arbitrarily close the gate. I think mostly for wildlife, because there hasn't been a major snowfall out here yet, and who knows how much longer I could have kept going up to the end of Gorge Creek Trail, right? But such is life. It is not a nice day out. It's not that cold, but I only have today off and tomorrow off, and tomorrow the forecast wasn't looking any better, so I'll also just get out here and do it. I believe this is the Death Valley Trail here. Well, as opposed to snow out here, I think there's been a lot of rain. It is muddy. Either that or there's been, I know it was quite nice, it was like plus 14 in Calgary for a few days there. So maybe a bunch of snow fell than I thawed, but either way you've got, I can hear my feet, squish, squish, squish. Yeah, muddy. All right. I am down here. I've done this little section. I've done all the Sandy McNabb trails. I have yet to do a video about it because I was just going to do one video about all this. Oh, I got to get to it at some point. Anyway, up here, up like this, and then up like that. Not bad. Sandy McNabb, it has nothing too stunning. You know, Long Prairie Ridge up there is a worthwhile hike. But for a place that you can go to in the winter, it's okay, you know. It'll give you something to work with. Okay, I've made my way through the flotsam of this. Now up here, I actually missed this trail last time. Just the kind of the trail that connects to this valley here. I ended up coming down like here, and then I cut into here. There was a lot of snow, and I was just following like some snowmobile tracks. So, well, that'll be another little new part of the trail. I have a tiny cause for concern coming up ahead here. There are crows going off like crazy. There's a commotion. And sometimes that means a carcass. Carcass is, there could be cougar or bear around for that, you know. I'm just gonna make sure I yell a lot and be careful. I have bear spray, you know. I'll figure this out. Can you hear it? There's a lot of stuff going on down here. I'm gonna be careful. They sound like frickin' a horde of monkeys, man. I don't think I've ever heard crows sound this way. It's a carcass. It's down there, I saw it. And I'm doing this. Right there. I'm not getting close to that thing. I have no real interest anyway. This is actually my first for me. I've actually never come across a carcass. Hey there! Hey, cougar! Nothing's around except a lot of crows, and I'm not coming back through here. If I was, I think I would just turn back right now. But I'm continuing on, and I'm going back to the car a completely different way, so... Wow. I've actually never come across a carcass before. I made sure I yelled a lot. Yeah. Okay, I've made a note in Maps.me, my app, as to roughly where the carcass is. I'm gonna call, later I'm gonna call Sheep Valley and leave them a note, or leave them a message, because I'm sure they're not gonna be there. The crows have really died off, and I have found absolutely no signs of cougar or bear. So, as far as the safety aspect of this is concerned, I'm happy to keep going. Okay, this is the part where you break off from the Sandy McNabb stuff. And now the map changes, all right? So here, this is all Sandy McNabb area. Now I'm gonna go up here, about 4.2. Not sure if you can see on camera, but It's beginning to lightly snow. I'm surprised you don't see this kind of thing more often. I think I would actually rather have like an inch of snow on the ground than this right now. Like, yuck. It's actually kind of impeding my, you know, like, I mean, I can walk off the trail, but then you're kind of, you know, taking a bit out of nature, right? Making the trail even wider and muddier, so, yeah. Man, these pheasants, I've seen a lot of them. This is what they do. They wait until you're literally a foot away, and then they take off. And if they're in the bush, they make you jump 3 feet. It's happened to me more than once. Sorry, I don't think it's a pheasant. I think it's a grouse. Pheasants are decidedly bigger than that. A little bit of a lookout. Nature is a funny thing. Look right here. Look at this hill. There's basically no snow. And now look at the hill just one farther. It's covered. It's a white sheet of snow underneath all those trees. Yeah. That's why you just don't know what you're going to find out here. I could have walked out from my car, no snow, just wet mud. And, you know, by now I could have been in a foot of snow. You just don't know. Actually, a little surprised at how much is on this trail as far as work. This clearly used to be some kind of old bridge, or maybe it's supposed to be a bit of a dam. I don't know. You can see all the cuts there. There's corduroy. And a bridge here, and I already crossed a bridge that I didn't put on camera. Oh, mud. Look at this. Look at my footprints. I came here and I slid down this and yeah. Little wrap on the knee. There's little trails all over the place out here. So there's one kind of mirroring it, and it goes down there. Just before that bridge, I saw one head down there. I've seen trails that have gone up here. I mean, there's, yeah. You could come up here and explore for a while. There's just all kinds of stuff. Wow, I'm just sliding along this mud. I kind of want off this. You know, this is going down to the valley, and I hope it's better down there. Ugh. Finally. It took about double the time I thought it would to get down to the valley. So, when I came through here last time, it was full of snow. I was coming the other way, and I just kept walking down the valley, following some snowmobile tracks. I went down there, and then they cut in towards the that same loop that I broke off of, except it entered in a totally different place. This is like, I don't know, maybe a kilometer away from that. And then the intersection I want to get down to is showing us about 1.2, so this is actually about halfway. Well, I'm happy to have stayed in the valley though, because it was beautiful down there, and I was so happy. I was just having a great old time that day. Yeah, I mean, COVID was just starting. Everything was bleak. I think I was literally days away from being laid off. Who knows that I would be laid off for 17 months? You know, who would have thought? And yeah, I couldn't have been happier in here. I was just having a great time, blowing off some stress and just trying to enjoy life. Well, you can plainly see that it is snowing lightly now. Really, the only effect on me it's having is that it's kind of ruining my view a little bit, but it's got to start snowing a lot harder than this, and windy snowstorm conditions to chase me out of here at this point. It's very easy to follow the trail, and it doesn't bother me, and it's not cold. It's just nice and pleasant. I'm finding this comical. I don't remember any of this. None of this like feature, you know, under like a foot and a half of snow. I just went trudging through the middle of all this, but I wasn't on this trail in the forest, that's for sure. Well, it's such a difference from, you know, when there's all this snow compared to now. And that was like in the spring, but there was still a solid foot of snow on the ground. I'm looking back, I've been following a very obvious cow trail. There was a trail that kind of broke up there, but I just attributed that to another cow trail. Oh look, there's a very clear diamond up here. So apparently I was supposed to go up there. Jeez. Anyway, I remember this. I'm only 500 meters from the intersection. I'm surprised. I remember being up here. That's where I had my burst of joy. At least I'm pretty sure that's the hillside. I think I'm having more fun remembering that hike, which was in, like I said, a foot of snow, than I am on this one. I'm just kind of, you know, it's memory lane. It's fun. It's just, the two hikes are just melding into each other. I find looking up into the falling snow kind of majestic. I don't know how well it shows on camera, but there's nothing you can do about the snow. You might as well just enjoy it, you know. Stick your tongue out, catch a few snowflakes, just like you did when you were a kid. Okay, I have arrived. This is where I came from last time. I was wondering what did this to the sign, and then I saw that clearly a tree fell on it. Okay. Right here. So there's supposed to be a way across, so I will take that. One day I will come to this parking lot, I'll hike down, then I'll do this little triangle and back up here. Today we're just gonna complete this. So there's two trails. I gotta figure out which one goes across as opposed to heading farther north. Okay, the sign's just back there. Here you can see some taping and some diamonds. Look at the condition of this trail. It's got all kinds of crap across it. Anyway, clearly I'm supposed to keep going this way. That will get me across. Alrighty, then go down and cross this little thing here. You can actually see a diamond way down there. Those diamonds are great for the first little while. Sadly, they fade and then it's much harder to see them. But right now, it's very visible. Down at the creek now, you can see a diamond there, and you can also see a very clear trail going off that way. I don't know if that's just all from the cows or what, but there's so many trails out here. Man. The snow has gotten a little thicker, at least it was for a second. I mean, the flakes are like falling 5 or 6 together now. Well, going across here and then heading back, so won't be out here too much longer, right? Okay, well, I completed this part of the triangle. So down there is the sign. It took maybe 10 minutes to walk across this. This area is a triangle, right? You go up there, and then here, there's the other trail that goes up. The two meet up, and then you carry on down the Death Valley. Death Valley Trail. And you can see there was an attempt at one point to put culverts across this, but now it's just a mud bog. Okay, now officially on the Windy Point Trail. Well, this would be a half decent view. Hey man, when weather kind of makes things a little less fun, just be grateful to be out here. And I am grateful to be out here. This kind of open forest is wonderful for cougars. They love it, right? Now when you find this on trees, it can be cougars or it can be elk rubbing their antlers, or it can be porcupines climbing up and eating the bark, but I don't think so. Based on the height, I think it might be cougars. I just can't find any. Right here, right? I think that's claw marks. Hey, cougar. Hey, bear. Anyway, just something to keep in mind. Cougar attacks are very, very rare, but they are out here. Well, according to the Windy Point description, this is a climb. It's not much of one, but it is one. The valley's down there somewhere. You know, nothing too bad. Well, a little bit of view out here. Snow is starting to accumulate. Takes a while, and it has to be a certain temperature, but it is happening. Got about 2.5 kilometers as the crow flies to the road, so not real worried about it. Plus, I mean, you can see the trail even with a bunch of snow on it, so no big deal. Well, it's probably one of the nicest viewpoints on this trail, but not today. All right, carry on. Well, this is kind of a fun little trail, you know? Not really climbing much anymore, and this other thing is kind of, you know, you're kind of going through a bit of a pass. Like, I think this is like the 4 grade ridge. It just keeps going. You know, there's a trail that stops down there and comes down. But you could just keep going down that because it's actually pretty open, right? I don't know why that trail goes down at all. Why don't they just keep it going down there and hook up with this trail? Anyway, that's kind of fun in here, even with all this snow and not being able to see real far. And yeah, it's kind of neat. Just went through a drift fence. And now you come down here, you actually cross to the other side of this thing. I can see this being a bit of a pain in the butt. Normally, look at how much water there is. It's a lot. Looks like it's not that hard to get around this pool, though. And there's the trail up there. This noise always makes me stop and listen for a second. It's such a creepy noise. Yeah, you don't hear it till you're right beside it. Look at this. It looks like there's a moment coming up, but with all the snow, I don't think I'm going to see too much. But you certainly get the sense that you crest and see like some big, crazy view, right? Oh, there's even a little sign up there. All right. Up here, this is the 4 grade trail. So I'll come back to that footage and I'll just show you what this looks like on a half decent day. This is kind of the top of things, right? I know that this goes downhill now. This is sort of a top of a pass of sorts. All right, I know I had said I thought about going up 4 grade, but why? Why climb up this? There's really, I will see nothing. I'm also just go down to the highway. Down to the highway, you can still see it's snowing pretty moderately. There's a trail you can take down there by the Sheep River. I don't know if it's more work, less work, whatever, but I've already done it twice. I think I'll just walk on the highway. I mean, you know, there's no cars and it'll give me a bit of a different perspective, so why not? I got about 3 kilometers, as I mentioned earlier, to walk on this. So this will take a little while, but hey, you know, it's pretty brainless. I can just kind of relax and enjoy. It's still not cold. I know it probably looks like crap, probably looks like the Arctic, but it's really not cold. I'm fine. I got 2 layers on my legs and 3 layers up top. My toque, my neck tube. I don't even have my neck tube on right now, and it's fine. Okay, This black truck came by. I don't know why. They have a contract to go clear off some trees or something. I mean, I thought it would be staff. Someone had a key to the winter gate. Well, the river trail that I've actually been on is actually just down here. But there's a trail beside the road, which, I mean, it's nicer on the knees and the feet to walk on a trail. It's also more interesting than it is to walk on the asphalt. Believe it or not, asphalt is crappy for the knees. Well, it's a little cold now. I'm walking into a bit of a breeze. I know the sun's probably setting in around half hour. That's gonna make things plummet as far as temperature. And yeah, I timed this pretty well though. I'll get back to my car before it gets dark. It's funny with this. There's an area farther down the road where there's just a huge herd of sheep. They all hang out. And it seemed like every time I went by, when I was hiking earlier in the season, there's always someone hanging out there. You know, just hanging out. I think they're there to protect the sheep. I think they're there to make sure that no one comes out and just shoots one and throws it in the back of their vehicle and runs off. Yeah, there's always someone there. They're just chilling out, hanging out, you know. They'll be down there, they look official, they'll have little orange jackets, orange vests on or whatever. Yeah, I think there's some people, the group, who have dedicated themselves to protecting the sheep because, yeah. Anyway, that's kind of cool. All right, I'm at the end of the 4 and grade trail. That's probably about halfway. Might as well go down here and just walk along that trail. I'll pretty much walk along the highway anyways. The road is just over there. I want to be near the road because if that black truck comes back, I'm going over to get his license plate in case those guys are in fact down there poaching, right? Well, that black truck never came back, and I don't see anywhere tracks. There's absolutely nowhere it could have gone around. They do a good job of making sure vehicles can't just drive around. Anyway, surprise, my car is the only one left here. My phone is cold too. It is, temperature has dropped a bunch. Not bad, you know, really just trail busting. Just taking out some trails. I saw the Windy Point Trail, but it really wasn't done justice. I mean, any views that were on it, not that there was much. I couldn't see anything, but you know, just hammering off trails in this Sheep Valley, man. It's starting to blow my mind a little bit. I'm actually getting to the point where next season I might actually finish this valley. That is craziness. That is nuts. Anyway, obviously I will be dealing with all this snow for the coming, I mean, unless it goes back to like 12, 13 degrees again, this snow will be here for a while. But, hey man, it's funny how the weather gods work. It's December 1st, the winter gates close, and pow, snowfall. Right? Anyway, get out there and hike.